summer of events for the city of Damascus and its countryside. Starting from Damascus, smoke was seen billowing from the eastern neighborhoods because of the continuous bombing by al-Assad forces. Al-Salihiyya witnessed heavy security presence in the outskirts of Al-Hanabila Mosque and Al-Jama'a market, and there are news about raids and arrests in the area. Several cannon shells hit Al-Baramke, one of them at the beginning of Al-Fahame subway, another close to Nation Security Quarter, and some more inside Tishreen Stadium. Damage was limited to materials only, and the falling of the shells was followed by heavy security presence as security closed nearby shops and snipers took their places on the top of Al-Haytham Hospital in Al-Mujtahid. In Al-Abbasiyin Square, Al-Assad forces spread and blocked the road leading to Jober, while several rocket launchers were seen in the stadium, as well as setting a number of mortars, all targeting Jober. Wildfire broke out because of the heavy shelling, coinciding with fierce clashes between the Free Army and the regime forces. To Al-Qabun, where shelling with mortars renewed, coinciding with hearing the sounds of fierce clashes between the Free Army and the regime forces from the direction of the Southern Orbital Road, accompanied with surveillance aircraft flight in the sky as the Free Army fought back the regime forces in the outskirts of the vegetable market. As for برزة, the buildings behind Al-Hanbali were raided and snipers spread on their tops, while Al-Zablatani witnessed fierce clashes from the direction of Al-Abbasiyin Stadium towards Jober. In Al-Shaghor, security forces set raids on Bastan al-Dur and strictly examined IDs and military service papers of the neighborhood's inhabitants of young men. And in a remarkable development, 4 mortar shells hit the area of Bab Sharqi in Al-Arman Alley, and in the chain of shells hitting Damascus today, one of the shells was reported to have hit Al-Dwel'a close to Al-Sana'a. Al-Zahur neighborhood witnessed heavy security presence as security inspected people passing by strictly. To the south, where smoke billowed from the area of Al-Tadaman because of the heavy shelling from the regime's artillery, coinciding with clashes between the Free Army and the regime forces. Smoke was also seen rising from Al-Yarmouk camp because of the heavy shelling by Al-Assad forces. To the countryside, Al-Sbaina emerged on the scene as a number of people lost their lives and others were wounded because of the heavy shelling on the area, while Al-Ziyabiya witnessed heavy artillery shelling coinciding with clashes between the two armies as a land-launched short-range missile hit the city of Ain Tarma, leaving behind great destruction. To the western Ghouta, and especially in Daraya, large military reinforcements headed to the area from Al-Mazin military airport, including tanks and dashkas, as the city was exposed to shelling by the tanks located at the barriers of Jayt Tartus Sahnaya, causing great destruction, while the clashes between the two armies in the city continued. The neighboring Al-Mu'addamiyya was not better off as regime forces targeted the residential buildings, causing a lot of injuries, coinciding with fierce clashes at the outskirts of the area as the regime forces tried to break into it. Activists reported that 5 shells fell in the main street in Al-Qusur area in Khan al-Sheikh, while Al-Misraba witnessed heavy shelling by the regime artillery. Many were wounded in Al-Zabadani because of shelling at a very high pace in the city, while in Harasta fierce clashes renewed at the outskirts of the Aerial Intelligence Quarter and the barriers surrounding it, in addition to the areas around the police hospital, coinciding with fierce clashes that targeted the city since the morning. The city of Douma was targeted as usual with heavy bombing by rocket launchers, as orchards around the city were also bombed with mortars and rocket launchers, while in Al-Qutayfa a Scott rocket was launched from the Brigade 155 towards the north. And lastly for today, the towns of Yalda, Hosh Arab, Zamalka and Hujayrat al-Balad were exposed to heavy shelling with mortars and rocket launchers, coinciding with military air forces flight in their skies.